Hello guys, welcome to Apple Questions Explained, and today we're going to explore the history of the iPod Touch. This topic came joint first in the voting poll I've kept last week, and if you want to vote, please subscribe so that whenever I post a voting poll, it will come in your mobile activity feed on a mobile and on desktop feed on a desktop, and also so that you can watch more content and many unanswered questions regarding Apple. So without any further ado, let's start. So, what is the iPod Touch? The iPod Touch is a portable media player and handheld device that is designed and sold by Apple and was under production until 2019. It was first released in September of 2007 and has gone through several generations and iterations since then. Here is a brief history of the iPod Touch. But before going through the generations of the iPod Touch, we will understand why and for whom the iPod Touch was sold. The iPod Touch was designed and sold by Apple as a portable media player and handheld device, primarily aimed at people who wanted a versatile and affordable alternative to a full fledged phone. The iPod Touch was introduced in 2007 and has gone through several iterations till then, offering a range of features and capabilities that have made it a popular choice among a variety of different users. Here are some reasons why the iPod Touch was sold and for whom it was intended. So basically, there are almost 4 to 5 reasons. So we'll explore each one of them. It, the first reason is that it's an affordable alternative to a smartphone. The iPod Touch was designed as a more affordable alternative to a full fledged smartphone, offering many of the same features and capabilities without the high cost and commitment of a cellular contract. This made it a popular choice for people who wanted a portable media player and handheld device without the added cost. And along with that, you get those features of a regular smartphone. And the second reason why people preferred the iPod Touch and it was sold was, of course, it is a versatile media player. The iPod Touch was marketed as a versatile media player that could play music, videos, and display photos. It was designed to offer a high quality media experience with a touchscreen interface that allowed users to easily navigate their music library, unlike the iPod Classic or the iPod Shuffle. So that was and access a range of multimedia content. So the third reason is, of course, since iPod Touch runs iOS, the third and main reason is that it has access to the App Store. One of the key features of the iPod Touch is its access to the App Store, which allowed users to download and install a wide range of third party applications. This made it a popular choice among younger users who are able to download and play games, access social media, and use other popular apps without the need of a smartphone. So, the fourth reason is that it could be used as a portable gaming device. So the iPod Touch was also marketed as a portable gaming device because, of course, it had a good chipset. Like as I told you in the last video, many of the iOS devices ran on Apple Silicon from 2010, giving a range of performance, graphics, etc. So Apple Silicon is a good platform in which you can play games, so it offered high quality graphics and gameplay that made it a popular choice among gamers. The only disadvantage being that it had only a 3.5 inch screen. That was the only disadvantage. With access to range of popular games on the App Store, the iPod Touch offered a versatile and affordable alternative to dedicated gaming devices. Overall, the iPod Touch was sold as a versatile and affordable media player and a handheld device that offered many of the features and benefits of a full fledged smartphone without any cellular capabilities. It was marketed towards a large range of users, different users, including music lovers, mobile gamers, younger users who wanted a portable device for entertainment and communication. Now, let's take a look at all the generations of the iPod Touch. So, the first generation of the iPod Touch was released in September of 2007. It had a 3.5-inch touchscreen display, a 620 megahertz ARM processor from Samsung, and came with either 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes of storage. It was the first iPod to include Wi Fi connectivity and access to the iTunes Store. Now, the second generation was introduced in 2008, and the second generation iPod Touch was released in September 2008, just a year later. It had a slimmer design than the first generation model, a faster processor, and included a built in speaker. It also introduced the App Store, which allowed users to download and install third party applications. So that's it for second generation. So the third generation or iteration was in 2009, and again it was released just a year later in September 2009, which also had faster graphics, faster processor, and came with either 32 or 64 gigs of RAM. It also had a built-in microphone and new voice control feature, which means it had twice the storage and built-in microphone and a new voice control feature. That's all about the third generation. And the fourth generation was released in September 2010. It had a slimmer design than the previous model. So basically, the approach from 2007 or from 2000s, Apple's approach was to make the model slimmer and slimmer as the time goes by and as generations goes by. That's why you see the word slimmer design than the previous model, the phrase common in all the generations. So, and it also had a faster processor, an A4 system on a chip, the first Apple Silicon iPod to have it, and an improved graphics, and included a front facing camera for FaceTiming video calls, and it came with 8, 32, or 64 gigs of RAM. So that's all about the fourth generation. So now the fifth generation was introduced in October 2012. So there was a difference of 2 years, and it had a 4-inch Retina display, which means its bezels were reduced. The device wholly was not increased the size, so the bezels were reduced to give a 4-inch beautiful Retina display and a faster A5 system on a chip or processor, and came with either 32 or 64 gigs of RAM or storage. It also included a rear facing camera with 5 megapixel resolution and improved low light performance. So that's all about the 2012 generation. Now, the next generation, the sixth generation, was released in July of 2015. It had a similar design to the previous model, but included a very faster, dramatically faster A8 processor, and came with either 16, 32, 64, or 128 gigs of storage. It also included a 8 megapixel rear facing camera and an improved front facing camera for video conferencing, etc. And the last version of the iPod Touch is the seventh generation from 2019, which was released in May of 2019. And it had the same design as its predecessor, but included a dramatically faster A10 processor, and came with either 32, 128, or 256 gigabytes of storage. So it included storage of as much as a base model M1 MacBook Pro. And it also included support for group FaceTime and augmented reality AR experiences. So, in summary, the iPod Touch has evolved over the years to include more and more advanced features and capabilities, including access to the App Store, improved cameras, support for AR experiences. Despite declining sale due to the rise of smartphones, the iPod Touch remains a popular choice for those who want a portable media player and a handheld device without the added cost, and it had features of a smartphone. It had a lot of features common to a smartphone. So that's all for the video, guys. Thanks for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please make sure you subscribe so that you can watch more content and many unanswered questions regarding Apple. And I'll meet you in the next video.